Well, years ago, twins Josh and Jacob Flannery wanted one gift for Christmas. They got their wish. And now Josh and Jacob are grown, and they've never forgotten the gift that changed their lives.
Christmas is a time when most children visit Santa, bake cookies, and play with all their new toys. But for Josh and Jacob Flannery, Christmas wasn't so merry.
People, like, they grow up in homes where, I mean, you get to be a child, but like, we really didn't get to be children. We kind of had to be, like, in a sense, like my mom's parent.
Their mother was only 15 when the twins were born, and as they got older, their mom developed a dangerous drug habit.
Somewhere along the line, she just stopped caring the same way for us, you know, and we could tell something was different, and we eventually found out that because she was addicted to drugs, and that just kind of like took a hold of her life. We would come home, and sometimes her mom wouldn't be there.
Things at home hit a boiling point one evening when a drug dealer was at the house.
Remember that I would try to like get him to go away, and I remember he looked at me and he said, I can do whatever I want. And I said, no, get out of my house, you know, like we don't want that here. And I remember he came at me and he punched me in the face and kicked me on the ground. And I remember I hit the ground and I ran to my room and I shut the door.
Their grandmother often told them that God could help them if they believed.
I remember just like praying out to Jesus, who I heard about. I said, Jesus, I need you. I need help. I said, I can't do this without you.
The boys eventually moved in with their grandmother, who always took them to Sunday school. They enjoyed Bible stories and learning about God. As the holidays approached, they had one request for Christmas.
She asked what we wanted, and we said, well, we want a Bible, because we knew we wanted to learn like more about God and stuff like that. They were teen Bibles, and they were really easy to understand, and so we really just started to read and grow in God's Word that way.
As Josh and Jacob studied the Bible, they realized that despite their harsh upbringing, God had a plan for their lives.
It taught me to live for God, for someone else than myself. I noticed that like everything that had happened in the past was for like a reason.
Jacob and Josh will never forget the Bibles they got from their grandmother that Christmas.
We had someone who kind of invested us and cared for us and gave us this gift. And like the gift, it did change our lives. It really just represented like a new chapter that God was gonna open up in my life.
They've since forgiven and reconnected with their mother.
I visit my mom regularly and we hang out, and I love her a lot. And even though she did make horrible mistakes, she still loved us. She was just sick. I forgive her now like 100%. I love her. She's our mom.
Today, Josh and Jacob are college freshmen and hope to one day work in ministry. The Flannery twins say through their hardship and God's grace, they've learned the true meaning of Christmas.
Basically, Christmas is about like loving each other. It's not just about gifts and that or whatever, but I mean, in a way, I guess, like Jesus Christ, why did he come? Because he loves us. And at Christmas, God gave us a gift. Like in the beginning, like he gave us Jesus. So like for us on that day, we got the gift of like a new life.
A new life. You know, as we come up on Christmas, you know, you think about what this world would have been like if he hadn't come. If Jesus hadn't come, what would your life have been like? What would this world have been like? There was a movie with Jimmy Stewart that's a classic called It's a Wonderful Life, and you think about what would have happened. The scene was, if he hadn't been born, what would have happened? Who would have died? Who would have been a drunk? Who would have been this, that, and the other? But if Jesus hadn't been born, think what would have happened in this world. What tragedy there would have been in this world. His life. So don't ignore it, don't despise it, and don't focus just on gifts and food, because there'll be plenty of those we hope for you, and we want to help people who don't have them. But nevertheless, this is the time, wherever you are, just say, Jesus, I thank you. I thank you. I thank you that you came. Terry?
Well, still